Hi, I'm back. I'm Jill with Copycat Crafts by Jill, and I believe this is video 5. That's what we're gonna call it 5. That's what we're going with, 5. As you can see, I did work ahead a tiny bit, so I'm gonna explain what I actually did, and I didn't work ahead too far. I did mention in the last video that I was going to work on a closure, and I did have a plan in my mind, and then I was going to put two of these, one over here, but as you can see, there's really not quite enough room. So what I ended up deciding on was using the string that I'm going to be using throughout. I glued it down first, then I taped it, including this way. But then on top of the tape, I put a double side piece of tape, which I didn't take the backing off yet. I do that so that when I do glue it down, the shiny tape won't hold the glue as well as the double-sided tape, even though I will glue all of it down. I will glue it down. We may or may not get to that part today. The other thing I added was this little tab made out of just two, actually 3. I made it out of 3 actually. I used a front, a back, and a piece of cardstock in the center. I put the cardstock in the center and glued all 3 together because this edge is thick, and I wanted, that's my spacer. The piece of cardstock in the center was my spacer. I kind of wish now I would have actually put 2 spacers, 2 pieces of cardstock in between the front and the back, but one is fine, and it is really sturdy. Once you glue them and they dry, it's actually sturdy. And I did add this. I didn't put a hole through to the back. The brad is not through the back, and I'll show you how I did that using this. And this is a really good idea because you could actually make a bunch of these ahead of time. And then when you want one, you just pick out the one that matches your work. And I'll show you how that's possible. This is all cardstock. It's all cardstock. This is thin cardstock, but it's cardstock. And you pick the one you want, and you pick any old one that you may not want anywhere else, and you glue them together. Once they're glued together, you can put them aside. I take the little round circles that get popped out of these. I keep them, and I had 2 of them, and I glued them together. So it's cardstock, 2 thin pieces of cardstock glued together. Actually, file folder, that's what that is. 2 file folder ones. Those will be my spacers, and they're smaller, smaller, because they're just my spacers, and that's what I have under here. I don't know if you can kind of see that there's actually a space in there for the string. That's what that is. I take whatever brad you want to use, and I put them through. I actually punched the hole with one of the hole punchers, but this one I just used a pokey tool, and so it's smaller. So there's the brad. Then I have one more piece of cardstock, and I put that on. So now the spacer is in between. Now if you're using a thicker string or rope, or it's not rope, it's string, if you're using a thicker string, you may want to add even one more piece of spacer in there, make it thicker, but you certainly don't have to. Then you put the brad legs down. I actually usually trim the ends off. I trim the points off on both of them so that they're short. Then it's actually done till you're ready to use it. When you're ready to use it, You put glue all around it and you glue it down. And then I take something really thin. It's usually more my pokey tool. This isn't quite thin enough. And I press down underneath and hold it just to make sure the glue catches. And then it's glued down. And that's how this one is. It's just glued down, just like that. So you can actually make a bunch of these if you wanted and just keep them and pull them out when you're ready. I just wanted to show you that, because that's what I did. I might have added these pieces that you didn't know, but as you see, I stamped. We're not quite done with that, and I did worked ahead a little bit for here, which we'll get into that. I'm kind of trying to decide if I'm ready to glue this down or not. I always get, it's like a big step for me. It's quite a big step, so I guess I am. I always get a little tad nervous. I like to glue it down with a glue that really allows me some wiggle room time, because I need wiggle room. All right, let's just see if we can put that under there and hopefully have it held a little. It won't hold it. Okay, well, work around that. We will work around that. So again, this is just two-sided tape. I'm going to take off. So that should also help that string not pull through, because we want to make sure we have enough strength there. But I want to, if you put a little glue over it, because two-sided tape, you card makers know, you put that tape down and that's down. Crooked, upside down, inside out, it doesn't matter, it's down. No redoing it, no second chances. So if you put a little glue over it, it gives you that little extra time to move it around if you need to. And I usually need to. Okay, now let's see if we can do this without ruining my string. Alright, so I'm gonna just start on this side. I don't want it to go past the score over on this side, because obviously we want it to be able to close easily. So we want to make sure we, right, not sure if I'm happy with that exactly. Let's just scooge it. There we go. All right, I'm going to press it down. And I'm going to get brayer and just roll it a little bit around. I think this helps a little, especially because there is string under there. And I just want to make sure we get a good contact between all the paper. And we'll make sure that before we go pulling on this, we'll give that a few moments. Why that is all. Does that look like? I think that could use another drop. Yes. Let's pull that over there, and I'm going to make sure we get it all down, safe and sound here. Pull it up if I have to. Squeeze it in there. Let's pull it up. Squeeze it in there. Rather have more than not enough. Even if I have to clean it up if I have to. Okay. dust off it a little bit. Okay, put that down. Cover that. Okay. The other thing was, what did I do with the pocket? Okay, here's our pocket. Let me make sure the inside of the, what did I get on it? Here's my glue eraser. Try to keep my desk a little more so I can find when I need to find something, but it really does get it really does get messed up very quickly. I might as well leave that out, and a pencil. Not sure if I need anything else. Maybe this. Okay. All right, this is where my pocket's going to go. And I did think about it, and I'm definitely going to use these. I don't know where the rest went. Okay. And this I picked out. This is double-sided tape. And as you see, I always cut the feet off because I plan to glue this on here. And because I'm gluing it, I didn't want this just flapping. It would most likely get ripped off. So I put some double-sided tape so that I can, when I glue that, the double-sided tape will hold it down. And that's my plan. So we're going to do that as soon as I truss this string. So it will go right there. So let's get out my glue. I think I can use this glue. And we went over this before. I always back with washi tape or whatever, usually washi tape. And I glue the washi tape down because I don't just trust any old washi tape. I'm not going to worry about losing too much of the pocket. It's a big pocket. And if I use a really thin line, I find that it a lot of times breaks free and I have to reglue it anyway, so it's easier if I just put a dab more now. Okay. Okay. I think I'm ready. All right, I got to get close up on it, so hope my head's not in the way. I want to get it kind of right on there, and the reason why is because this piece of paper that makes the pocket is actually from the exact same piece that is the backing. So this piece around here is, if I lift it up, is exactly what's under there. It's a detail I like. No one would ever know. You wouldn't know, but that's why these numbers actually line up there, and that word should sort of line up there. All right, while that's drying, I will put some glue on this, get it down. Take the tape off. Guess I should have did that first, because for me that can be more of a challenge. Okay, lift that up till I get where I want it. I want it at an angle, so I think I just sort of want it like that. Yep. And that way the brad does not get in the way because it's not behind there. The tape helps to hold that down. Let me put this away. And I I did plan to put all of these on the corners. So that is going to be more of a tedious, boring part, but which I will need my little those. I'll need these. And I've already inked them. I already inked the edges. So we might as well just get them where we want them. I love these little photo things for decorations. I really do. And I use them quite a bit. Did I overcorrect there? Quite square, but whoop. So again, these are from Westbound Pony from eBay. As always, I will link her eBay shop. She doesn't only have dies, so you may want to check out all her fun stuff. Maybe start making your Christmas wish list. Not used to this type, so I'm usually squeezing when I shouldn't be squeezing. But I just got them like 2 weeks ago. Alright. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. But for me, I have to be close up or I will miss it completely. So I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, depending on where you live. But I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I always do a huge meal, and all my family that live here in this state come, and they bring stuff, and they help me, and we all have a wonderful time. And this year was really nice because my birthday fell on Thanksgiving. Now, my family also is always worried that I'm gonna get gypped. So they celebrated my birthday the Sunday before Thanksgiving. But it's kind of like having two birthdays, because then when everyone comes, it's my birthday and everyone's wishing me happy birthday, and so kind of like I get two birthdays. I can really milk it. Be a couple more years older and I'll be milking it for a month. It's going to be my birthday month. Okay. Of course, I get the teasing of they couldn't afford the amount of candles I would need for my age. Ha ha. Thank you. Thank you, loving family. But I hate to say it, it's true. Alright, I just thought I'd put two here and not there. I did put that one there, so I just thought two here would be... Whoop! Get them in the right spot, Jill. Get them in... Oh, really? Alright. Alright, this one's really being difficult. You know what? I guess you didn't want to live there. You're going to live down here now. Maybe that's what you wanted. Okay. Sometimes they let you know where they want to be, right? And last but not least, the last one. It's amazing to me sometimes how once you really start laying it out, it's gluing things down, how quickly a page or two can really come together. Okay. All right, so there we have that. So that will close. I put that there actually to hold this down. Not super well. It doesn't have just to hold it closed. It doesn't have to do anything other than that. That's its job. And this, which I left super long. 1, 2, 3. I'll do 3, and then I'll cut it. And I'll cut it a little long so I can put in a little loopy-doo. And probably shouldn't be attempting this on video because it's the type of thing that makes my video long. Just want to put a little loop on the end, because that way if I want to hang out some sort of little dangle I can, but it's also to help me know, easily grasp the end of the string. So there it is. Okay, so let's just recap what we have. Let me get the bottom folder here. Yes, the bottom part. Where's my other folder? Okay, here's the other side. Here is the bottom part. This will go here. This will go here. So this side will get glued to here. I'm going to decorate it here. It will open like this. And this flap just helps to keep that so that when I open this, this isn't flapped over here. Okay, so I just wanted you to see what we're working with here. Okay, so now let's do this. 1, 2, 3. And we will be using this. But let me show you what my idea was for here. I was thinking of kind of these little library pockets, kind of. I just put that in there to show you that it is a little pocket, little library type pocket. And at first I was only going to put 2 in, but it appears as though there's enough room to fit in a 3rd. So I made a 3rd, and that's the one I'm going to give you the measurements on. Your measurements may be totally different, but if you're following my measurements and you want 3, this is the measurement they are. It is 3 and 1, 2, 3, 3 and 3/8 by 1 and, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/8. And then, how far did I go before I folded it? 1 inch. So, so I measure 1 inch. Let's see, where does that bring me? Right in the middle. Just going to mark it so I know where to fold it. It brings me right about here. You don't even have to really measure it. You can, if you're good by look, you can figure out close enough to 1 inch, but just thought I'd measure it. Okay, and that's 1 inch. As you can see, I already inked most of it. Just going to ink this one on the bottom. Okay. So I have one done. That's what it looks like done. This one, oh, sorry. This was actually my first one. It was actually a little bigger. I was going to make 2. I felt like it blended in too well, and then I went and picked paper that blended in very well. So yeah, that's how I do things. All right, so I just picked the tiny rounder side. Let's see if I can. And now we'll just make sure those are all right. Now I thought I could space these out. I'm going to take that out for now. If I did the bottom where I wanted it. Oh, gotta glue. We must glue. Let's do that, Joe. All right, so just gonna glue this little edge and this side. And hold it shut. Okay. Just put that down and do this one as well. Again, this is thin cardstock. Actually, I think it was said it's like medium to heavy, but no, nope. At least not to me. But it is cardstock. It's not paper. You can do it out of paper, especially if you double the very front of the pocket so it doesn't rip easy. Turn it down. Turn a 1/4 inch down or 1/8 of an inch down so it's doubled. Then it would be sturdy enough because this part just gets glued on anyway. Just cover my glue or it won't come out when I want it to. Okay, to space it out because I don't want to measure. First I want this one in the center, I think, and one at the top and one at the bottom. So the one at the bottom, I kind of want it here because I don't want to push it into there. I want it right about there. Then the top one, kind of want the same, only to the top. So I'm going to glue them in first. Then I can decide this one in the center. That's how I want it. Okay. Now I can also decide if I want to leave a pocket behind it. I'll tell you the reason I don't think I will is because I think it would just start to be too bulky and get overfilled and be too bulky. So I'm not going to do that. Normally I try to sneak pockets in wherever I can, but I'm not going to do that today. So I'm just going to glue it down. Glue it down. Get it to the edges. Most importantly, hope I was on in frame. I hope. Okay. I'm gonna put this one where I want it. I want it right about there. See if that's, yes, that's where I want it. Okay. I'm going to do the top one. That side was so cool. That's actually the side I wanted to use, but I couldn't get the numbers right side up. And for For as much as I'd love to say it usually doesn't bother me, sometimes it really does. And that was one of the things that just did. So, all right, where do we want this one? We want this one right about there. Scooch it over a hair. There we go. Let me scooch it back a hair. All right. Now it will be easy to decide where we want this one, which will be about the center. So I'll just try to pick. Figures the only piece I would have preferred to been covered is the only piece that's going to stick out. Yay. All right. I think I got a feel for it. Cool, huh? Same thing. Couldn't get it the way I wanted it. So sorry, numbers. We'll know you're under there. We appreciate you under there. Okay. It's up here. That's where I thought I wanted it. Right there. Yep. Okay. 3 pockets. Kind of library-ish pockets. This is really thick. I don't even know. I wasn't planning on using that because it's really thick. But I wanted to get the size from it and fit it in there. So there it is. Okay. Pull that out because that's not what's going to go in there. Not sure what's going to go in there. That's for a different video. Okay. Did I go this way? Yep, bottom. So 1, 2, and 3. It's probably a little too long, so we're going to go 4 and 5, but okay, 4. Perfect. Okay. I'm not entirely sure that it's really done, but that's what we have. And I think it's really cool so far. It's really coming out really cool, I think. See, am I in frame, out of frame? I think it's really cool so far. Nifty. Okay, well, enough patting ourselves on the back, and we'll call it an end for today so I don't make everyone sick of me. There it is. This one tomorrow, or the next day, next video I should say. This one next video. So if you're crafting along, or what do we call it, dig out your backing papers, and I'm not sure what we're going to put there. Something, you know, this is pretty well, this is kind of close to what the original is. We'll pick something out from, well, my copycat original, and that's what we'll get on that next video. So thanks for watching. Stay creative.